Want to write a cleaner, reusable Java code? Let us master methods in Java in a few minutes. So today we are diving deep into Java methods. This is one of the most fundamental concepts in Java. So if you are a beginner or intermediate learner, this video will going to help you to understand how method works. We'll learn with some real-time examples. Okay, let's get started. So what is method? In Java, method is a block of code that performs specific tasks, right? Instead of writing the same code multiple times, we can define a method once and call it whenever we need. So why do we use methods? So this helps code reusability and better organization of our program. Okay, so we have two types of methods in Java. One is a predefined method, that is a built-in method. Next one is a user-defined method, that is a custom method. So we'll understand with the example. First, we have to declare a method. So for declaring a method, syntax of the method declaration. So here we have a return type, method name in parameters within the open and close parentheses. Then we have a method body. So the return type is the data type of the value the method return. So meaning that if your method returns an integer, you must specify the int as a return type. Similarly, if it is returning a string, the return type should be the string. So same applies for other data type as well, like a boolean, character, or double. Okay. Use void if doesn't return anything. Okay. Then we have a method name. It is a descriptive name following the camel case convention. We have a parameter. So this is input to the method enclosed to the parenthesis. So if you don't have any parameter, okay, leave it empty. Let us look at the simple example. Here I'll create a method now. Let's say public int. It is going to return in integer. So I am adding a integer return type. Add numbers. So here I am passing a argument int a, comma int b. So two argument I am just passing. Now this is going to return a plus b. Okay. So now here public is the access modifier. Now we have written a int is a return type. Now add numbers is a method name. Int a comma b, this is a parameter. So it is returning a plus b, the method body that returns the sum of a plus b. Okay, now this method defined within the class. Okay, to execute a method defined within the class, we need to call it from the main method. Why? Because always when you are executing, right, when you are running the code, the execution start from the main method only. Okay, this is the execution starting point. So you need to call this method to the main method. So if you want to call this method, what you have to do, you need to create an instance of the class. Okay, you can create an object of the class. So you can give a class name, create any variable name equal to new keyword, then you have to give the class name. Okay, this is what creation of the instance of the class, or you can say create an object of the class. So now with the referral variable. So what is the referral variable we have given? Here we have given a obj. So now I can say obj dot, you can call the method. So you have written a method add numbers. So now here we need to pass the two arguments. Here we have given a two integer, right? So you need to pass the two integer value. So you can give 10 or any values, you can give 50. Now this method, right? This add number method, what it is returning? Returning an integer. So if you want to store the value, I mean the result if you want to store, you can store it in an integer data type only. So you can say this way. Now when you are mouse over, you come to know what is the return type. Then you can go with the integer return type. So if you go with some other return type, right, this is going to throw you the error, right? It's saying the type mismatch. So always you need to understand what the method, what it is returning. So the same return type you need to, the type you need to give. Now if you want to print, you can say sum plus result. Now let's run this. It is returning a value. See this add numbers. Here we have given a 10, 50. This calls the method with the argument of 10, 50. This is two integer number. So now it is returning a value of sum of these two numbers. Okay. So now you can create a method with the integer data type or other data type as well. For example, if I have a, my method is going to return a string. Okay. So now you can pass string. Here I can give string name. So it is going to return. You can add a message, maybe welcome. Plus you can say name. Okay. So now this method is going to return you the string. Okay, you can add any data type, like, if suppose if you are giving a boolean is going to return, then you can add a return type as a boolean. Okay, same way. So now let's call this method. So now let us call this method. So same variable name obj dot message. Okay. So now here it is asking a string value. What you want to pass, you can pass. Now you can store the value with the variable, or you can directly you can print as well. So now let's see. I want to print. You can go with. Let's run this. See, it is returning a welcome Ross. So this is the way you can print the value. Now here we have given a, with the argument. Even you can create a method without argument as well. Okay, without argument means simply I don't want to give the name. So only I just wanted to print the message. So in this case, what you can do, directly you can give the message inside the method itself. So I don't want to. So directly we can call the method. So now what it is going to return? So inside that what you have given the method, it is going to return you. Okay. If you need an argument, then you can pass. Okay. If you don't have any argument, parameter, then you can leave it empty. Okay. That is also we can able to create. So we can create a method with the argument, without argument also. Okay. Now as of now, we have seen that return type method. So even we have another method is a void method also is there. Okay. Let us create a void method. So void method is not going to return anything. Your message is going to only say display some messages, right? So in this case, you can create a method without return type. So void method, you can create a void method. So now this method, I can say hello, welcome to Java. Okay. Now this method, it's not going to return you anything, but whatever inside that, it is going to execute. That's it. So now when I'm calling this method, obj dot create. So now let's run this. See, hello, welcome to Java. It is executed. Here we have created a method called greet method, okay, which print welcome message whenever we call this method. It executes the block of code. Okay, so the method doesn't return any value. So its return type is declared as a void. So the keyword void indicates that the method doesn't return any value. So this method simply print the message to the console when you call this method. Okay, since it doesn't return a data type, okay, it doesn't have a return data. So it is typically used for actions like displaying output or modifying variables, right? So that is what we have to do. So one thing we need to understand, whenever this method is, it's a void method, you can't able to store the value. See, as of now, this method when you are calling, you can able to store the value in any variable. But this method, it's not returning anything. It's a void. So you can't able to store. Even you know that this is going to return a string. So you can think like a string value equal to, if you try to store, it's not allow you because it will say you type mismatch cannot convert from void to string. Okay, this is the void. It's not going to return anything. So it's not returning means you can't able to store the value. So only you can able to print the value in the console. So that is what the void method. So the return type method return a value. Okay, even if it is a integer, string, boolean, etc. But void method doesn't return a value. It perform action instead of. Okay, this is called your user defined method because user defined method as per the user need. Okay, user need, they have created a method. This is called user defined method. Okay, let us understand what is the built-in method. So we have a lot of built-in method is there in our Java library. So let us see. See, even if you go to the system of println, this is also one of the function, right? This is also one of the method, pre-built method. Okay, built-in method in Java library. So this method will going to print the message to the console. Suppose let's say if you want to find a maximum number, okay, you have a two number, you want to find the maximum number. So already the max method is there in a pre-built in Java library. So you can call that method. So for example, I can say math. So in that math class, dot max method is there. Here it is asking you the two values. Maybe I can say 12 and 50. So I want to find the maximum number. So no need to create a separate method because already we have a built-in method is there. Right? So predefined method is there. You can use that method. So the same way we have a different method, pre-built method is there. You can use the built-in method as you need. So if you need some customized method, then you can create a method like this way. Okay, now this will going to return you. And if I run this, it's returning a 50. So the maximum number it is getting returned. So now let us understand. So as of now, we have created a void method, right? I mean void method and return type method. Okay, this is a, now let us understand what is a static method. Okay, what is static method? So let us create a one more method here, public. So I'll you would using the keyword called static, then void. I can say maybe I can add a return type as a integer, calculate salary. Okay. Imagine you are working in a HR system where you need to calculate an employee salary. You can create a method, it takes the number of hours work. So you can give int hours work. Okay. And then you need to pass int hourly rate. Okay. Hourly rate also you can add. So now let's run this. See, this is a static method. So now I can say I'm printing. So what I want to print, okay, I want to calculate. So what I'll do, I'll directly calculate first. It's going to return hours worked, okay, multiply hourly rate. Okay. So this is what it's going to return. Now this is a static method. So what is the difference here in this, non-static method and static method? So static method, no need of with the, see, whenever here you can see the greet method when you want to call, what we have done with the referral only we called. Even if you go to that message method, see, all the method how we called using the referral variable only. Right, using the referral variable only we called. But in a static method, you can directly call. See, no need of, you can see, you can call them directly, you can call the method. Here you need to pass two arguments, like, hours work and hourly rate. Maybe working in hours, the rate may be $100. So you can print. See, there is no error. So directly you can print the value of. So now, see, let's run this. It's returning a value. Okay, this is the way we have to call. See, in this method, right, if I'm trying to call this greet method, it is asking you to cannot make a static reference to the non-static method greet from the type method example. So here it is not allowing you. What we need to do? We need to add the with the referral only we can able to call non-static method. But static method directly you can able to call. Okay, some utility method if you want to create, directly you can create a method for the with the static keyword. Okay, then you can directly you can call the method. Okay, so that's all about Java methods. So we learned about different types of methods, how to call the method and what is the static and non-static with the simple example. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to subscribe, like, share to your friends as well for more Java videos. Next, we are going to cover method overloading. Okay, thanks for watching.